That's because I hit record instead of... No, now I hit record. Now it's working.
Perfect.
Hello. Okay. My name is Josh, and this is the first episode of my podcast, which is called Josh. I don't know.
That's what I was...
The Josh Snyder podcast.
I would call yours, when you have a sitcom, and you're the star of a sitcom, it's going to be called Josh.
Just Josh.
Josh.
Maybe that's the theme is what will my podcast be called today. That's what we're going to work on.
Cool.
I think. My
today,
name is,
call it Josh today?
Josh today? Well, it is tonight.
Josh tonight.
No, it's all right. Well, we'll see. Okay, my name is Joshua Snyder. I'm the host, and I'm here with me is Brent Lowry.
Hello.
And Brent Lowry is a comedian and the producer of the Burbank Comedy Festival, which is currently in its penultimate day.
Sure.
There we fucking go. Penultimate.
That's what's... Those are going to be regular, those kind of words on this podcast.
Yes. Maybe Josh's penultimate failure.
You're the penultimate warrior.
There we
Warrior.
go. The
The penultimate warrior.
The penultimate warrior. There's only one person who worries more than I do, and that person is...
Pen.
Well, all right. Let's watch it out. I got to say already, I already feel like this is going badly. I want to apologize to you and to the listeners.
Not necessary. I already told you I'm honored to be the first guest on your podcast.
Now, off camera, or not off microphone, you said that. You didn't say that in the thing. Just
You're right. I said
context.
you're right. I am honored, Josh, to be the first guest on your podcast. I think you're very talented as a comedian. You work your ass off.
Thank you.
And your style is unique.
Right. Well, I try to just have a nervous breakdown in front of people, and I find they most of the time find that to be pleasant.
Great. And
So,
even when they don't find it pleasant, you usually have something to say about that, which is funny.
in and of itself, right.
Right.
Funny, hopefully. Pleasant, maybe.
Right.
But hopefully never, so bad that I get thrown into prison. This room. Maybe the mistake is that this room.
The acoustics in this room?
No, the room itself. There's a vibe in here. It reminds me of like my third grade classroom.
Definitely, it has third grade classroom vibes.
We're in one of the classrooms at Flappers Comedy Club in the comedy shop.
Sure.
And
it's also my office for the last 3 months.
Right, exactly. And have you made love in this office?
No, but
No.
I may be. Is this podcast going to be heard by anybody?
Probably not. So we can go.
Well, no, maybe.
Wait a minute. So what's going on? What's going on?
I might be getting laid tonight. Barbara put me in the Holiday Inn for for 4 nights. And,
Okay.
Tonight is the final night, and there's a girl who came from New York, and she's pretty talented, but she has nowhere else to stay. So I said, I've got 2 beds. You're more than welcome to come stay. She's already moved her stuff in, and I don't know. We might be doing it tonight.
Wow! Oh my gosh! This is one you were talking about earlier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I've seen her perform. She's very funny.
Yeah, and she's been doing it for a year, so we're in that same boat, like 1 year in and just kind of wide-eyed.
Cut to 2 weeks from now after you've had sex, when
Sure.
she's listening to this,
Right.
she somehow gets it,
Right.
and that almost destroys the relationship. It's like the half an hour at the end of the last half hour of the romantic comedy. What happens here will almost destroy the relationship, and then you'll have to do something to win her back, like buy her a pony or something.
Or like fly to New York.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, fly to New York, and
she has already flown to L.A. and then
right, and
we meet back in Oklahoma City and
you have a laugh
and a family.
Exactly, and a laugh and a family. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so that's great. That's good. It's fun to watch other people copulate. So here's
Mate.
yeah, mate, right? That'll work. Because what I'm fighting is I just want to ask all sorts of graphic questions, but I don't want to do that. I want this podcast to be elegant.
Right.
I want elegance.
We're classy.
Yes, we're very classy, so I don't want to go into the details.
Sure.
But this is the fascinating thing. I overheard you talking about this girl with a coworker, and one of the first things you said was, "There's nothing happening between us. It's purely professional." So, were you bullshitting when you said that?
No, I have no plans to put a move on. I just think that given the situation, that's probably going to happen. She and I have been strictly conversational, really not a lot of flirting, but just the fact that we are connecting and talking a lot and like bonding.
Uh-huh.
That's the connection. We're not flirting. We're not.
But you can just casually sit there and say, probably gonna have sex tonight.
I would never say that to her, but it's
To
been
me.
very casual. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's here's what I like about it is that I feel like if you were any other man, that would be a brag. But I feel like you're a very humble person. So I feel like in your case, it almost sounds like it's the answer to a math equation.
3 months of working as an intern on a great festival equals sex on the last night.
That's karma.
If you work hard, you deserve it, and maybe that is getting on the less humble side. But I've met so many people this week and had great interactions with all of them. So, if it wasn't her, it was going to be Rick Garrison.
If it wasn't her, I was going to shtup somebody by the end of this goddamn thing.
Got a lot of numbers this week.
Wow. So that's okay. So that's
not
so.
something.
So now are you going to try to make a move, or are you going to just kind of see what happens?
I'm going to see what happens.
So you're going to try to make a move.
Yeah, seeing what happens. We're going to be in a room. There's no adults. There's no and Cherie, who have been in that room the last couple
Now,
nights.
do they know that this is in the works? Have you kind of warned them?
They have been evicted.
They've been evicted. I see.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Kindly evicted.
It would be funny if the was there. That's all I. Specifically the. He tickles me. It would be funny.
He's a great guy.
If he was there. Well, that's lovely. It's very good. And do you have protection?
Sure.
Okay. What brand?
It is a Trojan.
Okay. Have you ever dabbled in the off-brand?
No.
Never. You've always remained Trojan.
I think I was given a campus one, the ones they give for free at your college.
Right.
And that may not have been Trojan.
That may not have been Trojan.
But I don't know
I can't think of anything that's not a Trojan. I don't know the other brands.
I've heard of Lifestyles.
Okay.
But it was from a coworker who had a kid when he was 13, and then again when he was 17. So
yeah, I'd throw that one away.
He said, "Yo, man, don't use Lifestyles." That was his advice. And
wow.
Then I think there's.
He had a kid when he was 13.
He was 13.
Jesus.
And then again at 17 with a different woman.
At 13, I was having a conversation with my friend about the design concept of the Starship Voyager.
You were pretty advanced, 13-year-old
and whether and how I felt that it was a superior design concept, whereas he said no, it's nothing beats the Excelsior class starship, which now there's merit to that because they were flirting with transwarp technology.
So now that you're older, do you agree with him?
Here's the weird thing about Voyager. For some reason, right around the time I wanted to get into my high school advanced acting class so badly, and I was rejected. And when
all 4 years?
No, just I auditioned at the end of my sophomore year, and then I didn't audition. I could have auditioned junior year, but I didn't out of spite.
Right.
That'll
show him.
That'll fuck him. That's
who you're gonna do ham without me?
Yeah. It's if Joshua Snyder can't get in as a junior, you won't have Joshua Snyder at all.
That's perfect.
Out of spite.
So what did
that's
you
where
try?
I was
you
at.
wanted to be in it so badly.
You're right, and I didn't get in. So I went. So that night that I didn't get in, I was very depressed, and I went home. And Star Trek. My dad was watching Voyager, and so since then, Voyager has been associated in my brain with not getting into advanced acting. So I've noticed lately, it seems like whenever I'll try to watch an episode, the next day shit just happens. I don't know if there's any magic to it, but
But the Excelsius would have its own total.
All right, it's the Excelsior, not the Excelsius.
I'm so
God
sorry.
damn it!
No,
God damn it!
I
Don't make this mistake with what's her name.
Right.
Who's probably not attractive.
I'm just gonna be me. Which
Also, don't mention anything Star Trek related.
It's probably
don't do that.
Good advice.
I wouldn't recommend that.
If she says Excelsius, I will not correct her.
Right, you'd go with it.
Okay.
Excelsius. I don't even know what.
It's just the opposite of. It's another way of measuring temperature from X Fahrenheit.
It's a superior way. You Excelsius.
Canadians Excelsius.
That's what the Canadians use. The
We
Excelsius.
X Fahrenheit.
Hey, the Excelsius. Hey, not good. Not good.
Too many Excelsius.
Too many Excelsius.
Take your sweater off.
All right, both of our accents rapidly decayed from Canadian. But yeah, so that's why I can't watch Voyager. I don't know. I want to. It's quality entertainment.
I want to know. So junior year you didn't audition. Junior year would have been an audition for your senior year.
Exactly,
Oh,
and I
so
didn't
you just
because
never did it. You never did advanced acting.
Because I thought to get in as a there was a lot of cachet to getting in. It was everyone wanted to get in, and to get in as a
football
junior.
Players.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Really?
I went to the only goddamn high school on earth where the football players wanted to do theater, and they got all the leads because they actually looked like men. And whereas I'm auditioning, and I at that point looked like if one of the hobbits had been, starved in a basement for 6 months. That's kind of where I was at, and yet with a goatee.
Oh, you had you wore a goatee in high school.
Yes, I actually wore more facial hair in high school than I wear now.
Trying to imagine it.
Well, you don't.
Yeah.
But I looked like, if
Frodo trying to get into a bar.
Pretty much, yeah.
Underage.
Frodo in the 90s,
okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Baggy pants, shirt 2 sizes too big.
Right.
Basically, was my situation. So yeah, I couldn't...
And did you ever... So you stayed in basic theater?
Don't... When you say it like that, it just